The Renaissance, year 1500 to 1650, from A History of the English Language, offers a fascinating exploration of how the English language underwent significant transformations during a period marked by cultural flourishing and intellectual revival. This chapter presents intriguing facts that underscore the linguistic shifts in this area. One of the more noteworthy changes was the tremendous expansion of the English vocabulary, as the Renaissance era saw an influx of loanwords, primarily from Latin, Greek, and a variety of modern languages, reflecting the period's embrace of classical antiquity and international exploration. This lexical expansion was largely driven by the Renaissance scholars and writers who aimed to express the novel ideas and concepts emerging in this period, thus necessitating the creation of new words. Furthermore, the printing press, introduced to England by William Caxton, played a pivotal role in standardizing English spelling and grammar, as the proliferation of printed materials allowed for greater uniformity and dissemination of the English language across different regions. The Renaissance also marked a shift in pronunciation of English, evident through the Great Vowel Shift, a major phonetic change that significantly altered the sound of English vowels, thereby shaping modern English pronunciation. Authors and playwrights, most notably William Shakespeare, contributed to the evolution of English by coining new words and phrases, enriching the language and demonstrating its creative potential. The period was characterized by a tension between purists, who advocated for the preservation of English purity against foreign influences, and those who promoted linguistic enrichment through borrowing words. Additionally, during this time, English began to be used more frequently in legal, scientific, and diplomatic contexts. Areas previously dominated by Latin and French, which signaled its shift in the status of English as a language of scholarly and official importance. The chapter also highlights the role of the King James Bible, published in 1611, in influencing the English language, as its wide readership and poetic language contributed to the standardization of English expression and left an indelible mark on English literature and idiomatic usage. The Renaissance period in England, thus represents a critical phase in the history of the English language, characterized by dynamic change and expansion that has had a lasting impact on how English is used and perceived today. Additionally, it was during this period that English grammar began to be systematized, laying the groundwork for future grammatical studies and pedagogy. The education system, through schools and universities, played a very crucial role in preserving and spreading the changes in language, as curricula began to include the study of English, enabling a broader segment of society to engage with the language's evolving form. Urbanization also contributed to linguistic changes as people from diverse backgrounds converged in cities. There was a mingling of dialects, leading to the emergence of new forms of English that blended regional characteristics. The Renaissance, therefore, was a period in which England moved away from its Middle English roots, embracing new influences and developing a richer, more versatile character. This era's linguistic growth was not merely a passive absorption of external influences, but an active and creative transformation that saw poets, playwrights, scientists, and thinkers alike engage with language as a tool for innovation and expression. The chapter underscores that the Renaissance was a formative period that not only enriched the English lexicon, but also set the stage for the global spread of English, as language developed the capacity to articulate complex and varied human experiences. A hallmark that undoubtedly continues to define its use in the world today, making it a very important time in history for us to study.